Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML.
News Talk 1270 KIML. Don Carpenter Show. Welcome back to the program. It's 7:38, and it's been a long time, but finally get a chance to talk to Holly Galloway and Christine Bestjen. They're our Gold Star moms, and welcome back. Like I said, I guess it's been since probably August since we had a chance to talk to you.
August 13th. Right.
Yeah, right before you had the ride last. Or actually, I think you came in after the ride to kind of give us an update on it, right?
Well, the first time we were on was August 1st, and then we came back on August 13th.
So you have a much better memory than I do. Trust me.
I did my homework though before I came.
Wink,
wink.
I actually keep all my old schedules. I keep everything. I keep a schedule of everything, but my memory is just completely shot at this point. So welcome back, and
Thank you.
I guess first off, since we spent a good amount of time on this last time you guys were in, but we probably have a completely different audience right now. First off, for those that don't know, and hopefully there aren't too many people that don't know, but what is a Gold Star mom?
A Gold Star mom is a parent. It's fathers and mothers.
Right. Gold Star parents is the best way to put it.
We are parents of children who volunteered to serve in the military of our great nation. And while they were serving, they lost their lives.
Okay. And it's also a Blue Star parent is the
one who has someone in the service alive and
right.
Serving. I was a Blue Star mom first with my oldest son, Stuart, who became a Marine. And then his younger brother, Nicholas, went into the Army many years later. And I had both of them serving at the same time for 6 months. And then my son, Nicholas, was killed. And so I was a Blue Star mom and a Gold Star mom. Now my son, Stuart, he was honorably released from the Marines on the 3rd anniversary of his brother's death in December. And up to that time, I was a Blue Star and a Gold Star. Now I'm a Gold Star mother, and I will be that until I get called home.
Okay. So once your child gets out of the service, you're no longer a Blue Star then?
No.
Oh, okay. So because you actually brought in one of the banners, and it's a blue and a Gold Star.
Right.
So the one you have hanging at home right now is just a Gold Star then?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, I learned something every time. I knew you were a Gold Star for life, but I didn't know if it was a Blue Star as well.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
And I brought the one banner that I got to hang in my window for many years. Well, I didn't even understand Blue Star and Gold Star until I became a Gold Star mom. And so I did have this banner in my window with the Blue Star below and the Gold Star above. And you put it in your front window that's closest to your front door. And the banner's not really big, but anybody who's going by can see it. And if you ever see one of these in a window, maybe you, after today, if you didn't know before, you can understand a little bit more about what this is.
Well,
if you're driving the speed limit through a neighborhood, or go a little bit slower and look in the windows, you will see that red rectangular horizontal service banner hanging in windows with a Blue Star. And if you can't see the star, it could be a Gold Star, because the blue is pretty obvious.
It sticks out much more.
Right.
But I notice when I drive by my house that you can barely see the gold.
Well, yeah, against the white field, it's kind of tough to see the gold sometimes.
Yes.
Okay, so there are several Gold Star families here in Wyoming and also in South Dakota. I mean, I think we might have talked about it before, but I think Christine, you're pretty up on how many we have, right?
In South Dakota, since 9/11, we have lost 35 servicemen and women. Wyoming was at 37, and I know Montana was at 29 at one point, and I forget what North Dakota is. But that is only since 9/11. Since 1776. Well, actually, the Gold Star was officially 1932 designated by the military, and the Gold Star Mother Organization was officially formed in 1932. But when you realize that how many hundreds of thousands fell in World War II,
Right.
Vietnam, 58,000 casualties in Vietnam. I don't know the exact number of how many Gold Star families are in our states based on Vietnam, World War II. Haven't finished all the homework on that.
Right.
I'm just going in August. It'll be my 3rd year since I lost my son. So I'm just still coming out of that first 2 years of very hardcore grieving, where some of that homework still needs to be finished. And I am working on that, and that is something that I would like to have nailed down, exactly how many. But the thing is that it's confidential information. Even though I'm the president of the South Dakota Gold Star Mothers, I'm not notified when there's a casualty. I'm not notified that we have a new Gold Star family. There's a privacy issue. The only way I know is by watching the news, reading the newspaper, or if I get a phone call.
Right, yeah.
So to find that information, I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to have the exact number, but I am working on that.
Well, and I mean, you, if I remember right, the last time you were in, I guess you were just expanding. I think you were going to take care of Montana and North Dakota as well.
Well, since we were here in August, I have found out some additional information, that Wyoming does have a Gold Star Mother chapter.
Oh, okay.
There is a Gold Star Mother in Cheyenne who is the president of that organization. I haven't officially spoken to her yet, but there is an organization in the state of Wyoming. They're just not an active chapter at the level that our South Dakota chapter is. And that's a conscientious effort by the South Dakota Gold Star Moms. We met in 2011. My son, I think it was 2011, we met and we officially made 3 specific goals to increase the awareness of what a Gold Star Mother is, to reach out to Wyoming, North Dakota, Montana, and South Dakota, to bring us the 4 states together because of our logistics, where we're located in the country, the time and travel, winter, all that kind of stuff. It's very difficult, whereas in other states where time and travel isn't really as much of an issue.
Right.
Our 4-state population tends to have a very difficult time coming together just because of travel.
Oh, yeah,
the challenges of travel.
Well, and that's one of the important things of the Gold Star organizations is the fellowship. I mean, you have a special bond with the other people, and you can kind of help each other get through the process. Because I mean, and I can't even imagine how tough it is.
And there are Gold Star families that don't want to be reminded. They've put everything in a box, packed it away, and they don't want to talk about it. Maybe they didn't agree with their child serving, or their husband serving, or their sister or brother or whatever. So we know that we're not ever going to reach all of them, but for them to know that when they are ready, we are here, we're available, and I am traveling all the time. Thankfully, my job that I do gives me the ability to be able to travel and get out there and be able to wear the multiple hats that I do, and I'm here in town for work right now, and I'm sitting at the competing radio station on the air.
We won't tell anybody.
I'm not afraid to tell that because friendly competition, and we're all friends in the industry together.
Well, we try, and it really is. I mean, it's great that there's someone out there that actually can be that resource for the families, because I mean, like you said, everybody kind of deals with it in a different way.
Correct.
So and the other thing to remember with this is that not all of these kids have fallen in combat either. I mean,
that's correct.
And I don't know if, I mean, are you comfortable
Yes.
Okay, because I know it was a little tough last time, but I mean, do you want to tell your story again?
Sure. Holly, do you want to go first again?
Okay. My son Nicholas wanted to be in the military, but they didn't want him because he had been homeschooled. And they said anybody who's homeschooled has to score twice as high as anybody else, private or public schools, on the entrance test. And my son almost scored twice as much, but they said, well, sorry, we can't take you. So he goes to college for 2 years, comes back. They like seeing his transcripts of 3.50, and they accepted him, and he got the job he wanted. He was in the Army for 6 months and 2 days when he was killed on his base in Missouri.
And so he never even left the country.
They hadn't been activated, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the important thing to remember is, I mean, that
Most of our deaths since 9/11 have happened on base or around base.
right, just accidents, and that's an important thing to remember. I mean, it doesn't take away from the from the troops that passed away in combat, but it's a dangerous job. I mean, a lot of these things, the engineering jobs where they have to build the bridges and the truck drivers. I mean, I know at one point, truck driver was the most dangerous job in the military, and it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all part of the experience.
Well, Dennis was deployed. Dennis had joined the South Dakota Army National Guard in 2008, and he was deployed. As a matter of fact, yesterday, May 13th, was the 3-year anniversary of the day he stood up and said yes and was deployed to Afghanistan. And Dennis was killed in an accident on the base at Camp Leatherneck, and it was a very, very just bizarre accident. And the military has designated us as Gold Star families. We have not designated ourselves as Gold Star. It is an official military
Designation.
And there is some controversy out there over the Honor and Remember flag that we have going, that we are trying to get adopted as a flag to honor all fallen military since 1776. And if you want me to get into that particular thing, I will. I'm not afraid to say it because there is some things that I want to overcome with our listening audience, especially our Vietnam vets.
Okay, and actually, we're actually almost up against the top of the hour break. So why don't we take that? We'll come back and we'll talk about the Honor and Remember flag. I know last time you actually brought the flag. It's a beautiful flag, but I still have your card with the flag design on it. So I'll get one of the cards out. And we'll talk about that when we come back. And you're also here to talk about Memorial Day. So
Yes.
We'll do all that when we come back. How about that?
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, we'll be right back with Christine Bestjen and Holly Galloway right after this. News Talk 1270 KIML.
Like News Talk 1270 on Facebook. Just search for KIML 1270. Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML. You're listening to Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML.
News Talk 1270 KIML. I guess I picked the right bumper music.
I think so.
Welcome back to the program. It's 8:08. And if you're just joining us, we're talking with Holly Galloway and Christine Bestjen, our Gold Star moms. And we talked a little bit about what Gold Star moms are all about in the last break. And, of course, if anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to call. 682-1270 is the number, 682-1270.
And if you're out of the area listening,
307.
area code 307.
307. That's right. See, I'm not used to having people out of the area code listening. Although we do get into South Dakota, but I just assume everybody knows where we're at. Although apparently my aunt in North Carolina listens almost every day. So
Well, there you go.
I have one listener, even if it's a family member, really far away. So if you're listening, hi. We talked a little bit about the honor and remember flag right before the break, but why don't we talk a little bit about the history of it and how it's designed? I mean, everything on this flag has a meaning, and and maybe we'll talk a little bit about maybe some confusion about it a little bit later, but. So I don't know. I guess Christine, you're probably the best one because you have all this memorized. I mean, I had to get out my little card with the flag on it as a cheat sheet, but you have everything memorized.
Well, the multiple hats that I wear. One of the hats that I wear is that the Honor and Remember flag. If you're listening and you are at a computer and you want to pull up honorandremember.org, anything you need to know about the flag, the mission, the symbolism, the petition to get Congress to adopt this as a national. It is a tangible symbol to honor and remember our fallen in service to our country since 1776. This is not just for families or just for the fallen since 9/11. This is to honor all of our fallen military since 1776. George Lutz from Virginia lost his son, Tony, and I believe it was 2007. And George, being a typical man, no offense to anyone, but being a typical man, he went back to work for 3 years and buried himself into his work. But he felt he was missing something. And so he started going out after that 3 years and meeting with other Gold Star families. And along the way discovered that there has never been a national symbol that everybody can fly or to display that honors those who have fallen serving our country. The police, they have a flag. Nebraska Cornhuskers has a flag. The Wyoming Cowboys has a flag. Every organization has a flag, but there is nothing that has ever been designed to honor our fallen military.
McDonald's
has a flag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so George designed this flag to honor and remember. And the symbolism of such is the background is red. There is a blue star outline that symbolizes that we all started out as blue star families when our children were deployed, when they were active duty service. There is a very fine white line inside that blue star that symbolizes the sacrifice that took us from the blue star status to a gold star status. And then in the center of the flag is the gold star. Inside, at the bottom of the gold star, between the 2 points, is a folded flag. The folded flag to represent the flag that's presented to us at the funeral, and then the flame in the middle that we never forget, the eternal flame, the spirit that we never forget those that have fallen. And then at the bottom it says honor and remember. And there is a white space at the bottom of that flag that if you look at honorandremember.org and you see, I believe there's a presentations section there where you can see where families are being presented the flag. The name of our fallen is embroidered in the bottom. And when you think about those who have fallen in Vietnam, Korea, World War II, even in your ancestry, when you go back in your genealogy, if you lost a family, an ancestor or a relative in World War I, the Spanish-American War, the American Revolution, the Civil War, you can request to have a flag presented to your family to honor that family member that fell in service to our country. So this is not just about those that have fallen in Iraq and Afghanistan and Kuwait.
So, and this is a personalized flag for the family
Absolutely.
member. For the family member.
And I have a great big heart, and those that know me know that I really, really care. And one of the things that really I feel guilty when I think about those Vietnam families who were never honored, who were never recognized, who never received the support, the overwhelming support that we get in our generation is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I look at the difference between...
And it's still not enough, by the way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
My husband served in Vietnam. He was in the Navy. And when he was finally released, he served for 6 years. He did not wear his uniform home. Mm-hmm. He wore civilian clothes. His mom met him at the I think he rode the bus home. And he was just in a button-up shirt and a pair of jeans. But yet I look at my 2 sons. When they came home on leave, they were always, well, my Marine never came home in uniform, but the American Legion and the VFW met him at the airport.
PGR.
They had banners, they had flags, they had music. And I look at the difference between my husband and my sons. It's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think we, as a nation, learned our lessons from the Vietnam experience. As far as you
may be against the war, but you're never against the person that's serving.
And they were drafted. That was not a volunteer. They didn't have a choice.
No, they had no choice.
And I think and everybody's heard the stories. I mean, I've talked with Vietnam vets on the show before, and pretty much every single one that I've talked to has the same experience. They didn't want any kind of problems, so they wouldn't wear their uniform when they came home. And it's a shame. I mean, it's good that we learned, from that experience, and we're able to, treat our returning vets a little bit better.
Right.
Still, I mean, it's still not what they deserve, but at least it's better than what it was.
Right. So in my heart, I am trying to let people make aware that this flag is to honor all, and think about that Gold Star mother or that Gold Star father or that Gold Star sibling who was never given that support and that respect. To me, they're getting older. Those moms, it's been 50 years. So how old is their mom or their dad? Are they in their 80s and their 90s? Wouldn't it be nice for them to be able to join their child?
Have some closure.
Some closure?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. There's no closure.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well,
but
yeah.
the support, and to know that they were actually
They had no support services at all. I mean, I look at what I have today.
Yeah.
With the different support areas. I mean, there was a woman who lost her husband in the first Gulf War. She started a program called TAPS. And this is a place where grieving parents, sisters, brothers, children can go and not be judged, but yet can go to these different seminars they have. I just came back from Colorado Springs, where I went to a seminar that so many people, all of going through the same thing of grief and mourning, and we don't judge, we just listen to each other.
Well, and I think that's one of the great things about the communication age we live in. It does make it a little bit easier for people to connect with each other.
Well, that's how I found Christine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We both were on Facebook, and we both joined the Gold Star Mother's private page, and you're only an hour and a half away. This is cool.
Yeah. See,
Right.
it really is a great thing to be able to connect with other people that have a similar experience.
And so where I was going with what I was saying is that if you go to the honorandremember.org, you'll see a section where you can donate. Think about that era that was not honored. And you can go, and I know that there are a lot of people that they knew of a family, or they had a family member, but consider that for Memorial Day, perhaps making a donation towards having a flag presented to those families so that they get that honor and respect that they never received 50 years ago.
And when you make the donation, can you specify a family that you can help out?
Yes, you can.
Well, see, it would be an amazing gift for anyone that's lost in any conflict, even if it's a civil war.
Right, and oftentimes, people ask me, "What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do for you?" Well,
That's what you can do.
Some of those families didn't get asked that question by the general public, but you can go and even donate to a specific state, or say, I just want this to go to any Gold Star family, and but go check it out. Honorandremember.org.
Honorandremember.org. And we talked a little bit off the air about this, and you can can share as much or as little of this as you want to. But with the flag, is there and I hadn't even considered this until you mentioned it, but there's a little bit of confusion, I guess, within the Vietnam vet community.
The Vietnam flag was a red background with a gold star on it. I know that when George Lutz designed this flag, that was never in his mind when he designed this. We are Gold Star families. His goal was to honor the Gold Star families. And along the way, the controversy has arose that this flag, the Honor and Remember flag, looks too much like the Vietnam flag. He is sorry that has been perceived that way, but that certainly has not got anything to do with the design and the symbolism of that flag.
Right, and I think it's probably more of a misunderstanding than anything.
Well, and I respect, and I know that George respects too, what the memory it must bring to some folks. But
right.
This flag has nothing to do with that.
Well, then that's the important thing to remember.
Right.
Now, and I don't think I asked this the last time, but is there a version of this flag for us civilians that, or is this just for the families?
No, you can order that flag. There's
just the plain version.
Yes, there's
with no
plain
name?
versions. The one that's presented to families is actually made from a stronger material. It's not hand embroidered, but it's embroidered on the bottom.
Not printed,
but
right.
you can get one that at any size. There's ones to put on those golf the flags that go in the holes. There's ones to go on there. There's the little mini ones like you wave when you're at a parade that you can order. There are desk sets. There's full-size flags. There's all different kinds. And the goal of the Honor and Remember flag is not that you fly that flag every day. That's a personal choice if you want to. But think about when you hear of a casualty on the news, or you hear that someone fell from your home state or from your town, or it's an anniversary of the date of someone that you knew that fell.
Or Memorial Day.
Or Memorial Day. Or, it's at your discretion to fly it however you please.
Okay. So there is a version for those of us.
And it's all on honorandremember.org.
Yeah.
It talks about all of that.
Okay, and I mean it really is a great cause. I mean, I think, and my dad's a Korean vet, so I mean,
The Forgotten War. That's another group of families that deserve to have a flag presented. I want to say one thing about Memorial Day with the Honor and Remember flag. George has a vision that every car dealership has an Honor and Remember flag on the cars in their lot.
Well,
just on Memorial Day.
I know we have a couple car dealers listening, so there you go.
So if you're listening, there's a really good way to show how you honor and remember our fallen military.
Honorandremember.org. And we only have maybe 5 minutes left, so why don't we talk about the bike ride? I know that's how are the plans coming along for that?
Well, Dennis's ride, the SPC Dennis Jensen Memorial Ride, is August 16th, which is the actual 3-year anniversary of Dennis being killed. And there is a community page on Facebook, and it's SPC, which means specialist, SPC Dennis Jensen Memorial Ride. I'd rather come back and talk about that another time,
we will.
But I want to focus on, I would really like us to focus on Memorial Day if we're almost out of time.
Oh, yeah, sure. So let's talk a little bit about Memorial Day then. I guess, I don't know. Everybody's looking at Holly.
Well, I have a specific thing I want to say, but I don't want to capitalize the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if people know their history very well, but Memorial Day started out as Decoration Day. And this is when mothers from the South and the North, after the Civil War, got together and decided to decorate the graves of the soldiers that perished in that war. And if anybody knows their history, we had millions.
At Gettysburg, it was where it was, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was Gettysburg where this happened, where the Decoration Day began.
Yeah, and it was that holiday for some time, and then they decided to change it to Memorial Day. But it is still a day that we go to remember those who gave their lives for the security and the safety and in defense of this country.
And it's not a day about mattress sales. It's not the day for the barbecue. It's not the day, it's so diluted that
everything is. It's a day we are supposed to remember the fallen who gave their lives so that we could have this great nation that we are. We have to, freedom is not free unless you truly have someone who will step forward in the defense of this beautiful nation.
And one of the things that, and again, we are in no way, shape, or form trying to step on or offend anybody when we say the things that we're saying here. We are talking the truth, and we're saying the reality of what we're discovering in our journey, talking to people. But one of the things along the way that we have discovered, Holly and I both, is that the Gold Star families have not officially been part of Memorial Day events at the cemeteries. We haven't been part of the wreath laying process, and we have never, I know that in Gillette, in speaking to the chaplain for the VFW and Legion,
They've never ever used the Gold Star families in part of their Memorial Day
and
service.
never been speaking at those.
And hadn't even thought about it.
And they said, we don't even know why that was never thought about. There comes the phone call. But this year, for the first time, I know that I am going to be speaking at the Black Hills National Cemetery on behalf of the Gold Star families and Gold Star mothers, and I'm extremely honored. And Holly has been granted and invited to speak at the ceremony in Gillette this year on Memorial Day.
See, it's
little by little,
and that's what the whole thing's about. I mean, it's about raising awareness.
Right.
Okay, and I do believe we have a call. News Talk 1270, you're on the air.
Howdy, John.
Hey, John, how's it going?
My question is, the original Gold Star, it was the Gold Star on the same flag that, it's changed from the, I think it was a red bordered white flag with the blue star.
Yes,
that's right.
Original.
Why
don't we just keep the same flag? I don't know why a whole new one had to be designed. And, whether, I know this wasn't the guy's intention, but I had to look around, because that is the communist North Vietnam flag. When I first took a look at it, I was like, holy crap, what's this?
Well, I understand what you're saying, but the service banners with the blue star on that is for the families. That is not something that the general population has. So the Honor and Remember flag was designed to kind of be an extension of the service banners, so that all general population can show the honor and remember the fallen that have given all of us our freedom. But the service banner is presented to families, not to our general population.
What I'm saying is, why was that banner made the flag?
Because we're Gold Star families.
If you have a gold star, you have a gold star, and it's most unfortunate. But
well, it's
I guess I was lucky when my mom kept a blue star.
Yes,
but,
it's so that
that Gold Star, and to anybody on the block now, Vietnam was an aberration of our country. You had a bunch of beatnik hippie types take charge of everything, and now they're trying to do it again.
We understand your objection.
And I'm the aberration was of the public back then to the servicemen, and it stayed that way until the first Gulf War.
Right. So we're just kind of hoping that this would help to. George honestly had never even thought about this when he designed the flag. The Vietnam flag was not in his mind, and all he was doing was focusing on honoring and remembering and showing respect for our Gold Star and our Blue Star families, and for the general population to come together and thank all who have fallen in service to our country.
And thanks a lot for the call, John. I think the difference between the banner,
the service
and
banner,
the flag is for the rest of us. The service banner is for you.
The service banner is for the families that we hang in our windows. The Gold Star and Blue Star designation was made by the military. We didn't designate ourselves as Gold Star.
And the red and white and the blue and the gold are from on the Honor and Remember flag. They're from the banner.
That's what inspired his design of this flag.
Right. So, and to keep it uniform, you use the same colors as the banner.
And unfortunately, there was an oversight, but there is no disrespect intended.
Well, the way I would put it is that banner was around before Vietnam was.
That's correct.
There you go. And Vietnam was run by the French when that banner was created. Mm-hmm. So there you go. The Vietnamese stole it.
I don't know anything about that.
There you go. There you go.
We thank for the opportunity again to come on board and to help to maybe mend some offenses along the way, perhaps, but our biggest goal is to educate and inform and make people aware that the Gold Star organization, the Gold Star mothers, if you are a Gold Star mom or a Gold Star family, there's more of us out there, and we're here.
Well, and you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And honorandremember.org. Go out there and make a donation. If you know somebody that would like a flag, you can say that. Or if you want to just keep it in South Dakota or Wyoming or anywhere.
Or North Carolina.
I'm fortunate. We pretty much everybody in my family served up to my generation, but we're fortunate. We were all Blue Star families.
Well, and South Dakota became the 18th state to officially adopt the Honor and Remember flag on February 20th. So it's one state at a time, one person at a time, one listener at a time.
Still working on Wyoming?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I'm not giving up.
Well, we'll get it. We'll get it. And with that, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. And I want to thank you, Holly and Christine, for coming in. And
thank you for the opportunity.
We'll see you probably
later this summer.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit warmer next time you come in. We'll talk about the riot a little bit more next time.
That sounds great.
Okay. And with that, we'll be right back. News Talk 1270 KIML.
Listen every Friday at 9 a.m. for the best deals on Steve's store. Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML. 70 KIML. 70 KIML. 70 KIML. 70 KIML.